Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Down, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In between episodes, I went through the Black Omen 2 more times, back in 600 AD and then 12,000 BC. I charmed prism helms and prism dresses from Queen Zeal's hands, and collected a few more power tabs from the Tubsters. Not a whole lot, but a couple. I distributed them between Ayla until she got to max power, then gave the rest to Chrono. And I distributed my speed tabs to the rest of the party as well. You know, not everybody is at max speed with the right equipment, with the right accessories, but it's close enough, and the characters that aren't at max speed I'm not using for the final battle anyway. So let's go over my setup real quick. Chrono, I changed up his accessory just a little bit. I removed the gold stud and replaced it with the power seal because that maxed out his power stat and his stamina stat. And I figured that would be more useful than worrying about conserving MP, because I'm going to be using Mega Elixirs like they're going out of style in this fight anyway, so I shouldn't really have to worry about that. Magus, he's the same as always. I still have him on the Prism specs for maximum damage output. And Ayla, I removed the Charm Top because there's no point in charming anything from Lavos, because there's nothing beyond Lavos to worry about. So I gave her the Sunshades instead to boost her attack damage output as well. And she's got the Prism Dress equipped that'll boost her magic defense, and just defense in general, really. So that's my setup. I'm going to be using the party of Chrono, Magus, and Ayla. It's the same party as the Black Omen. I just really like this party. It's you know, Magus covers all the elements. Ayla's the most powerful physical attacker. Chrono's the main character and has some pretty good techs. And also, between episodes, I also taught everybody all their dual and triple techs. So everybody has learned everything that they can at this point, or just in the game in general. So let's have some final words of encouragement from the old man before we go on and set out for Lavos. That poor woman can finally rest. Now that the Black Omen is gone, she's reverted back to a human. I'm assuming he's talking about Queen Zeal. Now it is time for you to access the gate contained within that bucket. You fight not just for yourselves, but for all living things. This is a battle between Lavos and the entire world. Well said, old man, well said. You're not the guru of time without reason there. So let's go to the day of Lavos, the day of reckoning itself, 1999. And bring an end to all of this, once and for all. We have our ominous transition through the gate. Kind of missed the trippy sound effects, but it just doesn't feel appropriate given the circumstances. Although I think we'll be okay. I'm feeling confident. So let's work our way up here. Uh-oh. What's going on now? It's coming. Strong guy. Much strong guy. I'm hearing some rumblings. And it looks like we've arrived just in time. No pun intended. And Lavos has erupted from the planet. But alright. I've been waiting for this. Lavos. However, we have already defeated the head. The outer portion of Lavos has already been defeated after we cleared the Black Omen the first time. And we're basically repeating the same dialogue as before. I think there was even the sound effect of the characters like collapsing to their knees exhausted. Guess they didn't clear that out. So now we're back inside the shell. And since I have the same party as before, the dialogue's going to be the same. You know, Lavos smells stronger. And there's no turning back now. This time Magus is correct. I'm not planning on turning back, so let's continue on through this weird looking, I don't know why it's like a canyon inside of Lavos. Looks awful, like, non-organic. Oh man, I can hear him breathing. Oh boy. What the heck is that thing? I'm getting like a imperfect cell vibe from Dragon Ball Z from this guy. I guess they are designed by the same person. Finally, you have met your match, Lavos. Ayla, not give up. So now it's time for a world revolution against Lavos. Lavos has 3 components here. He has both of his arms and the central body. You want to defeat the arms first because the central body's defense is super high until you get rid of them. You want to defeat the arm that's on the right-hand side first because it has 4,000 more HP than the other one. I want to defeat both arms at the same time, as close to the same time as possible. Because if you leave one arm by itself, it will heal the main body first, and then it will do an attack that can strip away your status protection, which is very bad because this battle with Lavos, he does throw around some status ailments like poison and chaos. He's gonna throw around some sickle blades. I'm not too worried about that. My defense is high enough. Chrono does Luminaire. Magus does Dark Matter. I'm gonna have Ayla do another triple kick on that arm over there. Yeah, the arm on the left-hand side has 8,000 HP. The other arm has 12,000. And the central body has 20,000, so this battle shouldn't take us too long. Alright, look at that damage. Nice. Oh, that arm's already gone. Alright, both arms down at the same time. Now, unfortunately, the defense of Lavos' main body is gonna be up until he attacks with Obstacle. If you're not protected by status ailments, this would inflict you with Chaos. But now his defense is down, so I'm gonna have Chrono do Confuse, Magus do Dark Matter, and Ayla do Triple Kick. And I'm pretty much going to repeat this attack script here. Speaking of attack scripts, Lavos has a set pattern. He will attack with Obstacle, then he'll do an attack called Shadow Slay that does poison if you're not protected by it. Then he'll hit one character with a flame attack, and then he'll hit all party members with a multi-targeting flame attack. And then he'll do Evil Emanations, I believe it's what it's called, and it will boost his damage output, so Lavos, each cycle, Lavos will become more and more powerful. So you want to defeat him as quickly as possible. But I love this battle theme, World Revolution. It's pretty much my favorite boss theme in the entire game. It rivals Magus' battle theme very closely. In fact, they're pretty much interchangeable in my opinion. Alright, let's do another Confuse. Magus doesn't have enough for Dark Matter, and this might be enough to finish him actually, but let's see. Nope. Okay, I'm going to use a Mega Elixir then. And then I'm going to wait for Ayla's MP to charge up and do a Triple Kick. Comes Flame Battle. He's not going to last much longer at this point. But look at that damage output. If I did not have the Sunshades equipped, that would be doing more closer to like 684 damage at each hit. So it makes a difference. Alright, we defeated Lavos. The future is saved. Right? 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 Nope, not yet. But what the heck is that thing? I'm not sure if I'm more or less freaked out by this creature's appearance. Looks kind of like an alien in a spacesuit. So, since the dawn of time, it has slept underground, controlling evolution on this world for its own purpose. How did you figure that out just by looking at him? Me no run! Ayla no run away! Worse than losing! We were created only to be harvested, all people, and all living things. The dialogue makes more sense depending on which characters you bring. Like, Robo can scan it and detect like different creatures' DNA in it. And I think Luca has some insightful things to say as well. Ayla strong, Ayla and world good. You outsider, not part of planet's life. It's over for you. Your life ends here. And apparently Lavos did not like that. But now it's time for the true final battle. Against the Lavos core. There are 3 components to this, as you can see. We have the pods on the left. I'm going to defeat that one first with a quick triple kick. Then we have the central body and the pod on the right. The pod on the left has 2,000 HP. It's down. It absorbs all elemental attacks. Gonna have Chrono do Luminaire. Magus do Dark Matter. Ow, that hit pretty hard, actually. The central body is the one that does the most damage. It has 10,000 HP, and it unleashes a lot of different attacks. It has the power to change the background, and when it does, to reflect different time periods. And that will influence what kind of attacks it does. Like prehistoric times will give it an ultimate physical attack that hits all characters. The Magus's Castle will give it an attack that cuts all characters' HP in half. I'm gonna have Ayla do triple kick on the pod on the there. Chrono do Luminaire, and Magus do Dark Matter. And when it does Millennial Fair, it'll do a Gato-style song that inflicts random status ailments. If you've been hit by that attack that the previous Lavos' arms could cut away your status protection is still gone for this fight as well. So that can hit you with a random status ailment. The future gives him an ultimate magic attack, I think. And Zeal, or maybe it's the Zeal Castle that does that. But anyway, we're just continue the same attack pattern we were doing before. Luminaire and then Dark Matter. The central body should go down in another hit. Also, if you happen to have accessories that do counterattacks, like the Rage Band or Frenzy Band, when the Lavos body in the middle changes time, does the time warp thing, that triggers a counterattack. So that's just a nice little thing. And also when the Lavos core, the main component that we actually have to defeat. Crap. Okay, Chrono, use a Mega Elixir. You revive the Lavos bits a lot quicker. But yeah, the true target in this battle is the one on the right-hand side. I'm gonna do triple kick on the one on the left there. If all three components are there, they can do a triple tech attack against the entire party. Magus does Dark Matter. And but yeah, like I was saying, the real target is the pod on the right-hand side. It is the true enemy. It has 30,000 HP. So I'm gonna do Luminaire, triple kick on that, and Dark Matter. But yeah, with the sun shades and the prism specs, you know, like Magus is doing nearly 3,000 HP worth of damage. That is brutal. And look at that, a boot to the head from Ayla. So yeah, it's basically just rinse, lather, and repeat at this point. Defeat the central body fast enough so that it can't attack you. And then we're in good shape. Okay, he's changing time again. Okay, or keeping it in the same time, I guess. Why not? No time like the past, I suppose. Do a triple kick on the core. Shoot the core! But yeah, this battle, it's honestly kind of underwhelming. But I like how they kind of tried to divert your attention away from the real enemy and make you think that the central body is the actual real Lavos. But alright, the central body's been defeated. It will eventually restore its defensive power if you let it. But until that time comes... Oh, and we defeated it, alright. And when it opens or turns on and off its defensive powers, that also can trigger a counterattack if you have the right accessories. But alright, we defeated Lavos. That was the final battle. We have saved the future. And now we're going to have a very, very trippy exit animation.